This is Psalms chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to all you brethren, teaching this word in all sincerity and truth. To the 144,000, the house of David, Shalom. And to the rest of you, Akyam, wherever you may be scattered, no matter what you look like, that's subscribing to this truth. You know, the speckled bird Israelites that's coming back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai through the preaching of this word, through the Rakah Kodash. Shalom unto you. Mr. Brother Dalma Agabar here from GMS Los Angeles with another lesson, Lord willing to edify and feed the lambs of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and I started this lesson with Psalms 49:11 because of an article I came across, just further displaying the pride of Esau. All right, and just shows you that, this devil, really doesn't see that his end is drawing nigh. Like the scriptures say, the pride of his heart have deceived him, man. And this devil was really, believing he's about to get this new world order cracking. He's about to enslave all of humanity and reforge his birthright through technology and through, the charagma and through technology and, bringing in this Build Back Better, this fourth industrial revolution. And he's going to just ride off into the sunset, enslaving all of humanity, Euro stepping past the prophecy of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and rule forever, man. All right, this devil has illusions of grandeur, man. All right, but let's get this in the NOT, see what it says. This is Psalms 49:11. It says, "The grave is their eternal home, where they will stay forever." Yeah, it's true, man, because ultimately, we know after 1,000 years of Esau's judgment and punishment in the kingdom of heaven, that they're going to be eradicated off the face of the earth. They're the only nation promised by the Most High to have no mercy from their Heavenly Father. And we know how their end is ultimately going to be after 1,000 years of slavery. It says, "The grave is their eternal home, where they will stay forever. They may name their estates after themselves." And that's cool. And you can do that because guess what? It was all only for a limited time. All right. Your blessing that you received was not, to have the fatness of the earth or to have a uninterrupted rulership as was promised unto Jacob and to the 12 tribes of Israel. So you're basically just living on borrowed time. You're basically on a limited kingdom. But, hey, through the pride of this devil, man, he really believes that he's not going to be taken down nor destroyed, man. That's why the scriptures tell you that, the heathen imagine a vain thing. And the article as I was reading, it was the first scripture that popped into my mind was this devil is imagining a vain thing. All right. And this is from Axios. It says, "Cities of the future built from scratch." And as we know, man, this is the future that this devil really believes he's going to have, man. He's going to have the whole planet Earth under his grip. He's going to build a whole new planet, a green Earth and sustainable. And he's going to, rule forever and ever while the Israelites and all of humanity are going to be enslaved under his beast system. Just shows you it's the pride of this devil, man. But as we know, hey, this is just all an illusion. This is all just, a fantasy at the end of the day. Because as we know, hey, the Lord has, let me get that real fast, man. And then I'm going to read some of this article, man. This is Job 14:5. It says, "Seeing his days are determined." Whose days? Esau, Edom's days. It says, "The number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass." You see? So Esau, he has a bounds. The Lord has bounded him to only have the fatness of the earth for, a particular amount of time. And then eventually he's going to have to face his judgment, which is going to be totally destroyed. Him, his heritage, everything that he's built, these cities, his governments, his statues, his monuments, his European Union, his beast system, good old America, the US of A. The White House, all this bullshit that Esau has established and built up, during his reign of terror is all has an expiration date. And we're drawing nigh very closely to it. And we know it's going to go out in utter violence and, dust and the smell of smoke. It says a billionaire Mark Loray is fleshing out his plan to build a utopian city called Telosa for 5 million people in the American desert. And he's not the only one with such ambitions, And this is the mind frame of Esau. That's why I started with that That's Psalms the 49th chapter, man. We know that the elites are planning to do what they got to do, but you got billionaire Edomites within, these circles that's trying to establish and kick off their own cities, man. Built their own utopias, man, which is all bullshit. All right. You've already built just about as much as you're gonna build, man. We know you're trying to bring in this new world order. You're trying to bring in this digital system, which you are lagging behind hundreds of other countries around the world here in Babylon the Great. But we know ultimately that's your plan and what you're trying to accomplish, man. Well, like I said, you even got these other billionaires who are proud devils. Even they're trying to, build them a little piece of heaven in this new world order system. It says why it matters. There are about a dozen projects worldwide to create sustainable. Remember, whenever you hear that word sustainable, it goes into this beast system. It goes into, the carbon tax credits, universal basic income. This beast and enslavement system, but they're trying to pitch it and sell it as this sustainable and green, and everybody's going to flourish. It's going to be renewable resources and water, and everything's going to be perfect. No, they have a plan on it being sustainable and being Salaki. Salakia, so they plan on it being sustainable because the citizens that live there are going to be totally enslaved, man. You're going to be controlled. You're going to be told how much water you can use, how much food you can eat, how much of a carbon, how much carbon you're able to emit, how much air you can breathe, how much water you can use, what type of food you can eat, how far you can travel and drive. It's going to be a total enslaved beast system, man. And that's what this devil has in store for everybody, It says, while there may see, so that these devils know that it's all just an illusion and a pipe dream, but this is still, the pride of Esau. This is still, shows you that, he's planning these things to do these things that he really doesn't see his end ever coming to pass. It says, while they may never come to fruition, see, the proposals themselves hint at what the city of the future might look like. Here to say what the future looks like for you Edomites and for America the Great is bleakness and judgment and fire and smell of smoke, man. And not some goddamn sustainable city where, this dream that you have of establishing is going to come to pass, man. Because as we know, Babylon the Great is going to be utterly burnt with fire in the near future. So how the hell can this be a future look when the future of America is to be totally burnt with fire? And in this article, this guy, Mark, what's his name? Something Loray? Yeah, Mark Loray. He's planning on building this utopian city here in America, which we know the future of Babylon the Great is to be burnt with fire. So might as well just save your money and go do something else, man. But it just shows you, that these devils don't think they're going down. It says, driving the news, that the Telosa is said to be built on 150,000 acres in either Nevada, Utah, or Arizona. And we know that those places in Babylon, they're going to be destroyed with fire, man. So it's really going to be a waste of time and a waste of money, man. It says, and 50,000 diverse people will call it home by 2030. You see, but they niggas thinking until 2030, man. They looking way down the future, 8 years from now, they're trying to establish and bring this vision to pass, man. It says, according to newly released data from Loray, a serial entrepreneur who sold Jet.com to Walmart for $3.3 billion and the parent company of Diapers.com to Amazon for $545 million. It says, we're not just building a new city. This is the new model for society, Loray said at a Telosa town hall meeting in July, adding that he wants his new city to be sustainable and equitable to all. See this, man? You see this devil? You see? And I guarantee you, if he was able to do this, you'll have a bunch of our people, joining themselves onto this thing, trying to establish their future and want to raise their kids there in this city and try to find them, trying to find them a little piece of this heaven that Esau is trying to build, man. Salakia. God damn it. It says it'll be governed by a principle he calls equitism, which seems to be a mashup of democracy, capitalism, and socialism. You see, so they don't have no their future being ran and the government being built off of the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. They're trying to do their own thing, man. That's why, the heathen are imagining the vain thing. You better believe you'll have the LGBT-ism. You'll probably have a legal PEDO-ism up in there, and all type of other madness, man. It's just hilarious, man. You see the mind frame of these devils, man. That Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the last thing on their mind, and they're them going into slavery and being destroyed by the Most High is the last thing on their mind, man. All right, these niggas looking to build and build them up in Elysium to never go down, to ride off into the sunset, man. It says in Laura's vision, vehicles. See, this goes back into the heathen imagining vain thing. In Laura's vision, vehicles will be electric and autonomous, and roads won't have curbs, which could hinder differently abled people or on street parking. Telos's 36 districts will each be 15-minute cities where everything a resident needs is a short walk away. Yeah, you can cut down on your carbon emissions. You can cut down. You're not gonna have a gas guzzler. You're not gonna use combustible engines. Everything will be 15 minutes away. You can walk here. You can go here. Oh, it'll be heaven on earth, man. But no, nigga, everything that you build will be hell on earth, man. It says every building will be green with rooftop panels producing renewable energy. The design calls for fresh water to be stored, cleaned, and reused on site, creating a diverse and efficient water system that is resistant to drought. So these basically devils trying to build a city, outside of the order of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Basically that's what it is. You don't see he mentions nowhere in here where it'll be a God-fearing country. No, it's going to be a country built off, technology and outside of the order of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, where's the point? There's another point I want to get before I get these precepts. Where is it? Here we go. This shows how you know that this Esau says the big picture. Telosa, a name derived from the ancient Greek word meaning highest purpose. See, look, this is their highest purpose. It's not to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but basically their own purpose, man. And like I said, within these cities there'll be a whole lot of Moism, pedoism, eating of abominations, it's not going to be governed by the righteousness and law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but it's going to be a governed, if the town is already named after a Greek name, it's going to be a lot of Greek ish going on in there, man. It's going to be a complete and utter abomination. It says a Greek word meaning highest purpose is one of a growing number of dewy-eyed ambitions to build centrally planned and sustainable communities on a blank landscape, despite obvious impediments like lack of fresh water. And you got those Saudis trying to do the same thing over there. So it's just pretty much the heathens imagining the vain thing. Look, you got all these different cities: Net City, Masdar City, Toyota Woven City, floating cities in the Maldives, and they even said Bill Gates crack ass trying to have one of these called Belmont. See? And Elon Musk, they're all heathens, man, trying to, forge their own future and forge their own reality, man. But Esau, that's not in your cards, man. The Lord already has you set up, man. You're not going to, your bounds have already been set. This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 2. It says, I have loved you, saith Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains. And we know that mountains represent governments, which the main mountain that Esau has right now is, America, the EU, and NATO, which is the beast. And we know that through that beast system, he's trying to bring in this new world order, a total slave, sustainable, fourth industrial revolution, digital slave system, man. Which these guys trying to build these cities. They're trying to build these cities, but it's going to be under the control and the rule over these same devils, man. It's not going to be operating outside of the build, the fourth industrial revolution, the build back better, what these elites are trying to accomplish. Those cities are going to be totally locked into that system where you'll be karagmad up. You will be controlled. You will be watched. You will be monitored. You will be told what you can and cannot do, how much energy you can have, how far you can travel, and the whole get down, man. But guess what? That's not a part of your, hey, that's not going to happen, man. The Lord has already have your bounds already set. He's already let you build up as far as just about as much as you're going to build up. And the Lord's going to throw that shit down, as I'm going to tell you, as it's going to tell you. The Lord said, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. And what is that? Ultimately, the nuclear destruction that's going to happen here on Babylon the Great, man. And what are those dragons of the wilderness? All of those desert creatures, man. All of those, the owls, the desert creatures, because ultimately your whole heritage, here in the Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed, man. It's going to leave and that's part of your heritage and your government is Babylon the Great and NATO and the EU. The Lord's going to totally nuke that shit and burn it with fire, man. And he's going to lay it waste. Like I said earlier, everything that you built is not going to be remembered. All of your monuments, your statues, all the remembrance of what you did is going to be totally taken out of the earth. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, which you're in the midst of that prophecy being fulfilled right now. Everything that you've built in these last 250 something years that you've been in rulership since the Renaissance period, you did build back. You did rebuild the Roman Empire. You were that dragon that had the wound unto death. And that wound was healed going back into the late, 1500s in the Renaissance period up until now. You did build the desolate places. You brought back the Roman Empire. You brought back, that dragon system. Now you're bringing in this beast system. So you have rebuilt, man. And you're trying to take it a step further by building this new world order and this new beast system. But that's where the Lord is going to draw the line. That's the bounds that the Lord has created that you cannot pass, man. That's why, in the middle of you trying to establish this enterprise, the Lord is going to rain down the fire upon you and destroy everything that you built. It says, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. So, you've built, you've done what you were created to do. You lived out your blessing. All right. Let's get this in the NLT. It says, Esau descendants in Edom may say, we have been shattered, but we will rebuild the ruins. But Yahweh, but the Lord of heaven's armies replies, they may try to rebuild. Right? You're trying to, rebuild and reforge your birthright through this technological beast system. It says they may try to rebuild, but I will demolish them again. You see, so everything that you built up is going to be demolished all over again, man. This modern day Roman Empire is going to be ended. This fourth beast, the revising of this fourth beast, is going to be demolished again, just like it was during the ancient Roman Empire. It says they may try to rebuild, but I will demolish them again. Their country will be known as the land of wickedness, and their people will be called the people with whom Yahweh is forever angry, which are the biblical Edomites, which are you damn devils, man. All right. So you're not going to rebuild anything. You're not going to, build this new world order that you're thinking about doing now. We know that right now you're in the midst. We see you're putting in the final touches on it, but ultimately it's going to be destroyed, man. The Lord's going to throw a monkey wrench in it. He's going to bring it down and cast you down right along with it. This is Jeremiah 49:16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. You see? And this is all the judgment that's going to fall upon Esau, man. And everything that he's trying to accomplish through this new world order is all going to go up in smokes. It says, also Edom shall be a desolation, and every one that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at the plagues thereof. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof. And we know how Sodom and Gomorrah went out with fire and brimstone. And to this very day, that place is uninhabitable, man. It's sitting there as a memorial and a sign of the judgment that the Lord brought upon that place. And Esau's end is going to be in that same fashion. And on the whole of America, which is part of Esau's heritage and a part of his government that he's built, is going to go out in that same fashion. It says, saith Yahweh, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. So these devils trying to build these cities and these towns and all these places here in Babylon the Great is really all in vain, man. Because even if they were to try to build it, it's still going to be destroyed, and it's still going to go up in smoke and fire, man. You see? So it's pretty much pretty much all in vain, man. And nothing's gonna let you escape that judgment, man, because the Lord's gonna bring that judgment upon you, man, and nobody's gonna hinder it, man. So all of this shit, it's just really all a pipe dream, And I just did this just to show you, that this devil Esau, man, look, that the pride of his heart has deceived him, man. We have already read the judgment of Esau, Edom. The Lord's going to throw down everything that he's built, and all your plans that you have are all going to be thrown down and destroyed, because that's outside of the bounds that the Lord has given you to do. And you can do all this shit all you want to, but it's all going to be in vain, man. But you can just see the pride that's on this devil, man. You can see that he has to be that man of sin. He's the one that's that Psalms 49 is referring to. And we know it's all going to go out in smoke and in a fuel of fire, man. So, hey, with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Call Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to put in the spirit of me and do this lesson. Until the next one, shalom.